Later this week, Governor Lowe speaking in Brisbane at a business event. The speech, I think, is titled The RBA Review of Monetary Policy. This could potentially be his last official speech as governor.
Yeah, well, it could be. Certainly the last speech is knowing that he's not going to be governor because that announcement's due any day. And I figure that there's a good chance that what Governor Lowe wants to do is put on the record what he thinks should happen. Because he's not going to get much say in this. You know, the review is going to be implemented by the new governor and doesn't really start, till next year. So I think he's going to try and put on the record. What everyone will be waiting for, though, is two things. One, is he going to really talk about the risks to monetary policy, i.e. this risk that our interest rate has to go up to where the rest of the world is, i.e. above 5%, which is really relevant to markets. And then the other one, which the political people will be interested in, is whether he has a go at the government in any way, shape or form about their policies of the last 12 months and whether it's making his life more difficult. We'll have to wait and see.
He has talked a lot about improving productivity, though, which I think is a bit of a comments aimed at the government right now.
Yeah, to some extent. I mean, I think he just is in that line. Productivity is a longer term issue. And I think he said, be careful egging on wages growth if you haven't got any productivity, I think is the line of reasoning. But yeah, look, the government's industrial relations, the way they're promoting wage growth when we've got this inflation risk. And of course, the fact that not only the federal government, but state governments haven't really done anything meaningful to help the RBA. I mean, they've been left on their own to fight inflation, and maybe he'll make some reference to that.
What about your prediction for interest rates? We obviously had a hold last week. How much higher are they going?
Look, I'm sticking with the view that they've only got one, at most two more, and then we'll get this soft landing. It'll be a bumpy landing, but it'll be that narrow path. It'll be short-lived and we'll recover. The problem is the economy is proving resilient. We're creating a lot of jobs, and every week we get new data in, it's looking like we're going down the route of these other countries. And if we have to start taking our cash rate over 5%, in line with what we're seeing in New Zealand, the US, the UK, that's when the story really changes. So I'm worried that actually where we're going is above 5% on the cash rate.
Warren Hogan, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Ed.